Hey guys, Mark here, hope you're all well today. Well, I've got a really special treat for you today in the form of the Yamaha MT-09 SP model. This is kindly loaned to me by the guys at Crescent Yamaha here in Dorset in the south of England, and got a beautiful winter's day, not very cold, really lovely day, so a lovely day for out test riding a bike. So just as always, just run through the quick specs. I've made a few notes here. So this bike has got the fully adjustable Öhlins rear suspension. We'll have a look at that beautiful piece of kit in a minute. It's got a quick shifter on the up and the down. It's got a beautiful torque-rich 847cc 3-cylinder engine. Yamaha's cross-plane design. Absolutely fantastic soundtrack on this. We'll get into that in a minute. We've got an assist clutch and a slipper, so nice light clutch action. Really like those. Traction control, ABS, rider modes. Power wise, this thing's got lots of it. 115 horsepower at 10,000 RPM, so lots of fun to be had with this bike. 87 newton meters of torque at 8,500 revs. It's got a nice low seat height. Well, it's not too bad, 820 millimeters, so it's pretty good for most riders. 14 litre tank, so not huge, but it's a fun bike. You're not going to be probably doing long distances on this. 193 kilos wet weight, so it's not too heavy. Really good. 6,000 mile service intervals, with the major one at 24. Now here's the real clincher for me. On the road price is £9,500, which I think is really reasonable for the SP model with the Öhlins, and even better, the base model is £8,400. So not an expensive bike, a lot of bike for not too much money. So let's just have a walk around this beautiful piece of kit. Obviously this is like a hyper naked, aggressive piece of kit. Really angry looking front to it. I mean, just look at those eyes on that. Fully adjustable front suspension. We've got 120 front, 120 on the front, Bridgestone Battle Axe S20, so really good grippy tyres, 180 on the rear. As I said, beautiful triple engine, lots of power there. Just walking around the bike. Interesting, you've got this number plate on the back wheel here. I've only ever seen that on a Ducati before, but interesting to see that. And now for the main event, the beautiful Öhlins suspension. Hope you can see all that, but look at that, absolutely a work of art up in there. So this thing's going to have amazing road holding suspension characteristics, really nice. Quick shifter. So this bike is literally fresh out the box. It's done 2 miles, so you have to take it steady on these tyres. So straight away, this bike feels very light, and when I mean light, I mean it feels like nothing between my legs here, and my feet are flat to the floor and my knees are slightly bent, and I'm 5'7" with a 30-inch inside leg, if that helps you all. Okay, so really nice little dash with all the things you need to know. It's got your rev counter, speedo, gears, traction control, we're on 2. Got rider modes, I'm currently in A mode. It's got B and standard, fuel gauge, and lots of warning lights. So tiny little dash, but really informative. I like that a lot. So let's fire her up. So straight away, this is a triple, 3 cylinders, so it's quite revvy, but it's got lots of torque at low revs. Really nice. Yeah, lovely sound. Anyway, without further ado, let's stick this thing in gear and go for a ride. So deliciously light slipper clutch with the assist function, pretty much like the Kawasaki's that I've ridden lately. So oh wow, amazing grunt off the low end, this engine. 847cc triple. Really impressive. And obviously being a super naked, or hyper naked as you want to call it, you instantly, you've got that aggressive kind of feel to it and attitude. So it's a fun bike. It's all about chucking it around corners and having lots of fun. Yeah, absolutely amazing sound from that triple engine. So yeah, the assist clutch is really smooth, and that works on the up and the down. Just get around these bends. Got these really new slippery tyres at the moment. But the engine response from about 3,000 upwards is instantaneous. And it feels so light to chuck around these bends. Absolute hooligans machine this is. Yeah, loads of power, really nice. So let's work through this bike. Obviously it's a naked, there's no screen on it, so it's a windy affair. But with a lot of these bikes, you know, you're leaning forwards very slightly on the bars here, and it really doesn't matter that it's quite windy, because you're just here for the fun, here for the thrill. The mirrors are dinky little affairs, but they look really clear. I can see a bit of my elbow in them, but it's not a problem. You can still see lots of the road behind. Yeah, that dash is really neat actually. It's very small, but you can see everything you need to know at a quick glance, so that's fine. Now the bars are quite wide actually. They're a bit wider than my shoulders apart, and they feel very kind of thick and beefy, if you like. It's a very kind of slightly aggressive leaning forwards position, so that's great. I like that a lot. So the gearbox, even though it's brand new, is super smooth on the up and down using the clutch. So here we go. Hopefully you can hear this sound of this engine. Oh wow, it's great fun. So here we are at the legal limit, 60 miles an hour, and we are doing 4,000 revs. So it's quite a relaxing ride, it's not revving high. And the wind at 60 odd is absolutely fine. Pretty much par of the course for this style of bike. So we'll just try the downshifter. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, without no clutch. That's great. So second gear here. God, doesn't it pull off the bottom end? Wow. Great fun. Okay, so let's have a talk about the seat. The seat feels really nice actually. It feels like it's angled slightly down at the front. So rather than being totally flat, the front is dipped a bit, but that's absolutely fine. But in terms of comfort and padding, it's really nice and plush. Let's try the brakes out. Yeah, they're really strong. So the brakes are 4-pop calipers, twin discs on the front, Yamaha own, but they feel really strong. It just feels so light and nimble when you pull away. Yeah, very naughty bike. Absolutely effortless overtaking. You know, bearing in mind this is only sort of 847cc, it's got a massive amount of torque. Back brake's got stacks of bite, really impressive. So third gear, powering out this bend. Yeah, I mean, quick shifters are not necessary, but boy oh boy are they a lot of fun. Now the suspension is obviously Öhlins rear, fully adjustable on the front as well, and it feels remarkable. It's not electronic, but it's got an absolutely amazing amount of control. This is a very bumpy road I'm on now, and the suspension feels absolutely top notch. So for the money for this bike, 9,500, very good value I would say. Alright, let's just check out the fueling, because I think there used to be issues with the fueling of these, or there was reports of early tracers, a little bit snatchy throttle maybe on the early models. I couldn't really tell it myself on the model I tested in 2015, but just see what it's like. So there we are, 4th gear, 30 miles an hour, just under 3,000 revs. That's smooth as silk, that's perfect. Let's open her right up, 40, 50, 60. Wow, this has got some performance, really has. So legroom is surprisingly comfortable, not bent up at all like on a sports bike. Stacks of legroom, and my legs aren't backwards at all like a sports bike. Very nice and comfy leg position, that's great. Right, let's just do another brake test. Wow, yeah. And those brakes are still bedding in, mine. I've only done 11 miles. Yeah, this is a superb piece of kit, it really is. So as I say, this is from Crescent Yamaha in Dorset in the south of England. They've now become a destination dealer, so they're going to have a cafe there and all sorts of stuff like that. So it might be worth a trip there. They're going to have a huge fleet of demo bikes. They've got about 10 at the moment, and they're aiming for about a range of 20 demo bikes, so it should be good. Yeah, it just flicks around the bends, this. Absolutely zero effort. It's a very windy day today, and this is very stable. It's not moving at all in the wind, so that's great. Yeah, quickshifters are becoming more and more popular on bikes now. They really are good fun. Let's just tiptoe around this roundabout. Yeah, that feels great. So I expect on a warm day when these tyres are warmed up, you can have some serious fun on this beast of a machine. So 2nd gear, 3rd, get the power on. Wow! Doesn't it go? So why would you buy a bike like this? This is a sort of a super naked. It's just about fun, I would say. Yeah, you could do some light touring on it. It would be windy if you were planning on going long distances, but you could definitely do a bit of touring on this. The seat's really comfy, that's what I like about it. And it's a relaxing, in top gear now, just over 4,000 revs, so that's great. So yeah, this is a top spec bike for not too much money, so very impressive this. Alright, let's just try some roll-on top gear. So we're in 6th gear now. Let's take it right down to 30. Yeah, it'll do 30 in top, that's fine. Now wide open throttle, so there's your 40, there's your 50, and there's your 60, and it just wants to keep going. So top gear, roll-on, really impressive. I test rode the MT-10 a few years back, and that was a serious weapon. But this just feels like it's smaller brother really, but pretty much as much fun, I'd say. So yeah, just to recap everything then, mirrors are great, this little tiny dash is very neat and small, but it's fine. I love the aggressive front headlights, I'm sure they're really bright at night. Suspension is top notch on this, couldn't fault it. Feels very plush and compliant, but still lovely and sporty. Brakes are, well, super strong. And its engine is absolutely sublime. It's got so much drive from lower end. That's what you get with a triple. A triple gives you the best of all worlds. You've got a Revit, it's like a Revit 4-cylinder with the grunt of a twin. Oh, days like this you just don't want to end when the sun's out on a bike like this. Oh, mind the hay lorry. You just want to rev it and hear that amazing soundtrack. Yeah, back brake is really nice. It's got a good bite to it. Let's try this quick shifter out on the up. Here we go. Yeah, that works faultless. Lovely. I think quick shifters are amazing. The technology behind it, it just, when you change up, it just momentarily cuts the power for a millisecond, so that allows the gears to go through. It's very clever. Yeah, serious bit of kit this. And I say I was quite surprised with the price being $9,500 for the SP model. I think that's really good value. Alright guys, we'll wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed that ride as much as I did. That was brilliant fun. See what it's like into neutral. Yeah, easy peasy. Right, we'll just let it run. Just want you to hear this noise it makes. So yeah, nice underslung exhaust, very neat. Cool. Wow, see what I mean? Sounds amazing. Right, so what a subscriber said to me the other day, could you please look at the bikes for a bit longer and sort of look at them for a few seconds. So I'm just going to give it a walk around now guys and have a really good look at it for you. I love the blue wheels, looks really smart. Look into my eyes. There guys, what do you think of that? What an awesome piece of kit. Let's just see what it's like to push around. So it's super light, lifting off the sides down. And an absolute doddle to push around. So guys, what do you think of that one then? Another amazing bike. How do you choose which one to get? God, you got Kawasaki Z900 RS, Z900, this MT-10. You're just spoilt for choice, aren't you? But this is great. If you don't want the full blown power of a litre bike, say 150 horsepower plus, this is plenty of power. Real smile machine, this one. So please guys, give me a thumbs up if you like this bike, and please share it on your social media and subscribe as well. And please feel free to post any comments. I do read them all. And I'll catch you all again in about a week's time. I've got something quite special to show you now. I will tell you, I have got a new bike at home. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but it's definitely something. It's one of the bikes that I've reviewed over the past few weeks, okay? But yes, I do have a new bike at home now, which I'll do an unveiling vid soon, and then I'll do an owner's review on it. But anyway, weather's turning a bit rubbish here in the UK over the next few days, so it might be a week or so before I post another one. But anyway, all the best guys, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye bye.